Hello everyone. Um, my name is Irene, but I much prefer it if you call me Sai because Sai is not too much of a mouthful. And yes, I just said that in such a mouthful. So I think that tells a lot about how awkward I am. I'm 20 years old and I live in Manila, Philippines, so that explains why my neighbors are so noisy and have no respect whatsoever with private space. Yes, I do live in a crowded city, and there are people that really get to your nerves and blame you for eavesdropping when you can easily hear them without even trying. Yeah. Um, I guess what I want to say is I've been here for quite a long time now, but in just yeah, I've been here for quite a long time now, like I said, and I have not really interacted with any of you because I am shy and I don't really know how to start a conversation. Uh, how do I say this? I've been here since 2013, and since then I have just been contributing to your views and have worn a mask of a silent viewer. I am just an invisible face in the midst of your views. But yeah, I guess the main reason that I wanted to start this channel is because I would be starting a teaching job soon, and yet I cannot communicate myself well in English, and I need to practice that as a medium of instruction. So this is me trying and trying not to fail miserably in the process. Sorry. So yeah, I decided to try this thing out and to improve that lack of skill, improve or to improve that skill which I am currently lacking. And what better way to do that than talk about the books that I have here with me. Basically, I have three. One is the book that I have last read. The second one is the book that I'm currently reading, and the third one is the book that I will read next. Let's just try to calm ourselves down. Try. Yeah. The first book that I will be sharing with you is White Noise by Don DeLillo. I like this novel. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars because that's the usual rating that I give to books anyway. And basically, it talks a lot about death and mortality and what exactly happens to a person that has considered himself dying. And let me tell you one thing, I am pretty close to that person right now since his white noise is my terrible noise. I mean, the terrible noises around me. Why do I live here? I need to find a place that is quiet and peaceful. Don't worry, I'm okay. Yes, this is the last book that I have last read. It is divided into 3 parts. The first part is basically a social commentary on it is a social commentary on everyday life that is absurd and boring and dull and totally totally devoid of life, which I find it completely funny that he is afraid of death, where he is afraid of death even if his life isn't exactly the best to live. God. Basically, yeah, it's a social commentary, so it can sound quite satirical of an account of the comedy of manners going around his absurd life that is going slowly, and just, there isn't really anything new going on. It also talks a lot about intellectualism in the midst of the new media. When I say new media, I don't really know what it means, but I associate it with TV and the vast and rapid accumulation of information through the screen. So yes, TV consumerism in the form of wavelengths and networks, so the writing can be quite fragmented in such way like that, and wherein you need to pierce through such, not exactly dense, but they're like materials where you need to ask to really connect. That is why it is a bit distorted, and it talks a lot about death, like I said, and in that topic he jumps into redemption. How can he manage his way out of it, and all those things. What is this fear? Why do we have this fear of death, and how can we overcome it? And in doing so, he wonders what happens to a person during that, not what happens after, not what happens if there is an afterlife after all. But yes, I did say after twice in a row. Yeah, what happens when you die during the process of death, and is this death? My God, this book will be the death of me. Right. It is well known that he is the father, not father, but he is completely well known because of modernism. And if this is what postmodernism is, I would gladly jump into the bandwagon. Jump into the wagon, not bandwagon. Whatever. What am I doing? Yeah. Yes, that is Don Delilah. Actually, I did read after that, or since I read that in intervals. Yes, I did read that in intervals, if I did not mention. In between reading that, I read a book here, which is not a work of Jules Verne. It is just the front cover of this Kindle that I did not choose at all. It's completely random. Yeah, I read Human Acts by Han Kang in my Kindle, and it talks also about death, but not in a way, not the abstract death that Delilah talks about. It's more of the actual corpse, death, dead persons, torture in a community where human life is regarded as unimportant and only is deserved by what a few. So yes, that is Human Acts, where humans are regarded as worse than beasts, because beasts aren't as creative when they kill somebody. So yeah, both of those novels are darkly beautiful, but it's effing creepy. So there's that. But I do enjoy reading them. I do enjoy reading those type of books anyway, so there isn't any problem with me, since that is something that I have accustomed to thinking a lot lately. I have accustomed myself and think about later. I'm sorry, I apologize. My grammar isn't exactly the best when I'm nervous and shaky. Anyways, yes, those two. And I'm currently reading a nonfiction book, which is called The Art of Literature by Arthur Schopenhauer. Sorry. I do not I do not want to offend anyone, especially if you're German. I just don't honestly know how to pronounce his name. And yeah. He is a German philosopher or writer, however way you want to categorize him. But I haven't really read much of his works. I just tried it out, and it's called The Art of Literature, which tackles the topic of course, literature and writing as an art, and what is the difference between good writing and bad writing, in such a way that the former is an art and then the latter is an artifice. And basically the line that draws them apart is the usage of words. He argues that to be considered a good form of literature, the writer should take into account the reader's time in delving into the work. So you must always try to deliver or communicate your thoughts in the most simplest way possible, because if you try to embellish them with pedantic and verbose terms or words, then the readers might end up having obscure thoughts about it and not actually getting anything from you. So that is terrible writing according to him, which I do agree with, because in order for us to fully digest a work of literature, we must at some point understand it. Yes, I do agree that we must be challenged, but not in a way where it is too much dense that we read it at least 10 times and then we are no better from reading it the first time. So yes, that's a good point he made. But there is an essay. Well, actually, the book is a collection of essays, if I forgot to mention. Yes. So the first essay talks a lot about that writing style. And the second essay that I really liked and totally disagreed with, even if I liked it, is on reading or on thinking about oneself. Thinking for oneself, yeah. Sorry. Thinking. It's that essay talks about how reading is actually a way of substituting your thoughts of that of other people, and I don't completely follow that that logic, because if you read, you're not necessarily running away from your originality, right? You're not trying to, yes, you are assimilating, you are absorbing, but in that absorption, you are also filtering. So you, alongside the reading, is filtering it out and only keeping what is worth having. You get me, right? So not all of the books that we read are not going to be substituting our own thought system. Sometimes we think while we read. So yeah, that is the argument that I want to make, and I'm going to use his own logic against him by saying that in reading his work, such as that essay, I am filtering it to come up with my own thoughts, and not exactly embracing it as the truth. I'm trying to sort out my way into coming up with my own thoughts regarding that matter. Therefore, his work is a stimulant to another form of thought that I may have. So yes, take that, Arthur, whatever your last name is that I don't want to pronounce again because I don't want to be banned from Germany. That is The Art of Literature by that guy. And the last book that I have here is the book that I want to read. It is Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. I don't know why I picked this up. I guess it has just been sitting on my shelf for quite a long time now that I felt guilty for not picking it up. This is a Wordsworth Classic edition, and may I just say that the cover is so funny. If you're going to look closely, Sancho is having an existential crisis. Look, and then this guy is having a midlife crisis. So you can just imagine what kind of adventure they are to embark, which I will be a part of quite soon, and I'm excited. Also, this cover is so comical, terribly photoshopped, but I guess it is a reflection of what would be inside. I mean, not terribly photoshopped, but you know, satirical and funny. Yay. That's it for this first video. I'm sorry if I did not come across as someone who is sane. I may have that problem of trying to, be as weird as I can. It really takes no effort for me to do that. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, then I could not blame you if you don't give anything. But the view, I still would very much appreciate it, because who would take the time to actually watch this, right? And thank you if you did last until this part. I will try to be more confident soon. I don't know when, but I will try my best. And I'm sorry about the background noise. I don't have any fancy equipment to cancel them out, but maybe in the future, if I start earning my own money, I can provide better video footage, better video ideas as well. Yeah. See ya.